Happy New Year and welcome back to the New York Virtual Photo Salon. I'm Levon Hall, your host for this event. I hope 2021 has started out wonderfully for you. Thank you for tuning in last time and taking another trip down memory lane. If you haven't seen it yet and the rest of our awesome speakers, click on the links in the description. Also, leave us comments, subscribe, and like this channel. To kick off the new season, it is with great joy to present fashion photographer Leticia Valdez. Sit back and enjoy the show. Thanks for watching.
Happy New Year to everyone. My name is Leticia, and I'm a fashion and portrait photographer in New York City. I would like to start by thanking Levon for inviting me to share my work on the New York Photo Salon platform. I will preface this presentation by stating that I have an eternal love affair with fashion and fashion photography. Growing up, I was consumed by fashion. I kept an eye on trends, made my own clothes, obsessed over style magazines and imagery, studied photographers, and played photographer with friends. Inevitably, my work is highly fashion-driven, and it is always stylized and posed. My photographic style has been described as moody, dark, and nostalgic, and while there is some validity to those descriptions, I personally refer to it as quiet and romantic. You will find a common theme in these slides. The color palette is muted, dim, and the images are soft. That is because I intentionally shoot in soft focus and blur my photographs in camera by working with slow shutter speeds and incorporating a variety of lenses and/or techniques to my workflow. I also use an assortment of film cameras such as brownies and pinholes and work with alternative processes such as albumin, cyanotype, and salt printing methods and image transfers, all in an effort to subvert the image by softening and erasing texture and sharpness. Lately, I have found myself experimenting with blurring and abstracting my photographs by shooting with less light. The objective is to invite the viewer to look closer, delve into, and interpret the image. Like many photographers, my inspiration is limitless. I am inspired by art history, films, fashion, religion, random props, and flowers. Flowers tend to be a frequent cameo in my work. However, mostly I am moved by garments. When drawn to a particular dress, instantaneously I envision its photographic potential and what the final image can look like. Does it always work? No, but at times it does. So when motivated to photograph a particular article of clothing, I frequently use my instinct as my compass. And if it doesn't work as expected, I will poke, prod, and disrupt a garment's shape to transform it into the very opposite of its original form. The image is the result of a transformative process. Another running theme in my photograph is the setting. Most of my work is shot in studio against a solid background using one light source. I prefer to work in a studio setting in order to control the light and environment that I am working in. I am not opposed to shooting in other lighting conditions, but prefer to have the flexibility to control my light. And the reason I prefer to photograph against a solid background is that it allows for the model to become the main focus. Fewer the distractions, the easier it is for the viewer's eye to solely focus on what's in the photograph. My decision to photograph in similar settings also allows me to keep my photographic work consistent and cohesive. A lot of my work is shot with minimum photographic lighting equipment, usually 1 to 2 light sources. More often, one light source is enough for me, with the occasional flag and/or reflector when and if needed. Frequently, I opt to work with continuous lighting to create the movement and blur that is found in my work. I do not limit myself to using only photographic lighting equipment, however, as I enjoy experimenting and shaping light with non-traditional light sources. Historically, the bulk of my work revolves around producing portraits, fashion photo shoots, and working and collaborating with a variety of fashion models. However, as with any change, this pandemic has forced me to adapt. As the pandemic made its way into our lives and we have become more isolated, my ability to stay with my preferred method of photographic work and collaborations is not possible. So, in an effort to remain creative, inspired, and sane, I have begun to work on a series of self-portraits utilizing just window light. This new practice of self-portraiture has imbued me with a new level of and sense of creativity and artistic freedom. Although it is a lengthy and arduous process, self-portraiture feels reflective and cathartic. The practice of working alone in the quiet of my home has helped me navigate the emotional difficulties of a lockdown and the added emotional strains that accompany this pandemic. This experience has pushed me to view my photographs and style in a different light. It has helped me appreciate and ponder the possibilities of how I can work in the future by becoming more experimental. Best of all, it has proved to be an outlet for my own expression and emotion and sentiment, which as a result has allowed me to be more connected to my work. Thank you for your time. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation, and I wish everyone a wonderful and healthy 2021.
Thank you, Leticia, for sharing your beautiful portraits and your process. I think you have such a unique style and color palette. It's quite refreshing to see nowadays, and I can't wait to see more. I hope everyone enjoyed this presentation. So please give it a thumbs up, leave comments, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you all for tuning in, and the New York Virtual Photo Salon Committee. I'm Levon Hall, and we'll see you next time with some more engaging speakers.